Okay, we're on Pesachim Parak Zayin Mishnah Yud. You already brought your Korban Pesach home, you ate your Korban Pesach, everything's great, but there's some stuff left over. First of all, Hatzamot, the bones. So the halacha is, Hatzamot, there's only so much you can eat around the bones. Why? You cannot break them. Why can't you break them? Because it says in Shemot Perak Yud Bet, this is the rules of the Pesach. But I'm going to skip a little. You can't take any of the meat out of the house. You can't break any bones in it, right? Interesting halacha. You can look up the mafarshim, but you can't burn the bones. So therefore, you can't burn bones. But there's marrow in it, so therefore it's edible. You have to burn the bones from the Korban Pesach. So those hagidin, the sinews. So this is not talking about gida nasher, and it's also not because that's asur to eat. And it's not talking about gidim sinews that are inedible. There are certain parts of the animal that just can't eat. Okay, but these are gidim that are asurim ba'achila midirabanan, ve'en chayavin aleh min haTorah. They're not chayav min haTorah. It's because otherwise you wouldn't have to burn them because they're not edible. What are these? Kagon shumano shel gida nasher, the fat of the gida nasher, or hagira chitzon that's near the basar. That's asur, but it's ve'en chayavin aleh. So whatever, there's certain kind of sinews that you can't eat, but they're still not included in Isurei D'Oraita. Yisarfu b'shisha asar, as we learned in the last Mishnah, you burn them on the 16th day of Pesach, on the first day of Chol HaMoed. Chal shisha asar liyot b'Shabbat. If the 16th is Shabbat, yisarfu b'shiva asar, then you burn them on the 17th day. Why? So why don't you burn them on the 15th? Meaning we learned. Let's go back to our psukim. Let's go back to our psukim in the beginning. It says, you have to vanotar mimenu ad boker. It says if you leave no totiv mimenu ad boker. This is the night of Pesach, the night of the 15th. Don't leave it until the morning. Vanotar mimenu ad boker ba'esh yisrofu. That's a mitzvah to say. If you leave it in the morning, then ba'esh you must burn them in the fire. Sorry, lost my spot and jumped a little bit. So why? Is it asay deluchat to say? Why don't you do it on the 14th day, on the 15th, in the morning, even though it's Yom Tov? The fish ein dochin lo et Shabbat velo et Yom Tov. Why? Because the Bartanura says Sreifat Kodashim asay. Yes, it is an asay, but Yom Tov asay velo tasay. There's an asay of Shabbaton. The Yom Tov is called Shabbaton. You have to treat it as Shabbat, and Kol Melechet Avodah lo tasu. So there's an asay and lo tasay. The ein asay and the asay of burning the kochim, it does not ena docha et lo tasay v'asay. It doesn't push off the asay of the lo tasay and the asay. And the Kahati says, the Gemara says also something. It says v'anotar mimenu ad boker. This words ad boker seem superfluous because it says, let's read the pasuk another way. V'lo tutur mimenu ad boker v'anotar mimenu ba'esh yisrofu. And whatever's left over, you have to burn. Now, of course it's ad boker, because it just said ad boker. So this ad boker is telling us something. So the Gemara says that the extra ad boker means until the next morning. And that teaches us that we don't burn the Korban Pesach on the morning of Yom Tov. We wait until the next day. We'll stop here, and as always, dedicate the learning in memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. I would love if you would email me. Have a good day.